And welcome back to Subculture After Dark. Well, there is an album out that I know you guys are so excited about. It is the debut album from an amazing band called Pistonfist. The album is called Redline, and of course, they are in the middle of a tour at the moment as well. So we thought we would actually get them on the phone tonight. We thought we'd get Jeff from the band, I should say, on the phone tonight to chat a little bit about this amazing album and the tour as well. Welcome to the program, mate.
Thank you very much for having me. I'm excited to be here, Ta.
No problem. Now, we have been playing your singles on our show now for a while, and I love the fact that your press release says that you were teasing us for years with singles, because I know a lot of people out there fell in love with those singles and wanted an album. So tell us a little bit about the journey to get from those singles to this album.
Long journey. Very long. So we started recording 2 years ago, and every time we went into the studio, we just kind of recorded 3 or 4 tracks. We got to the point where we had I think it was 14 tracks all up, recorded, all ready to go, and we worked out which we wanted on the album, which we did, and dropped them few songs that didn't quite make the cut, I guess. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. We've done a lot of learning on the way. There's been quite a few member changes because we've been consistently touring and stuff like that. So it's interesting. I can tell how the band's sound has changed a little over that the first time we went in and started recording and the last lot of recordings. But yeah, really happy with it. It was a hell of a good time, and I'm so happy it happened. So happy to have that little piece of vinyl in my hand now.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
A lot of bands say that that's actually a better way to record an album rather than just going into the studio for a month and working on an album. They say spreading it out, it actually gives you more time to work on each track. Was that something that you guys found as well?
100%, absolutely. We might go in, for instance, we did the first lot of tracking, we got it all down, and then while we were in the third lot of tracking songs, I kind of went back and went, I want to do these vocals now differently from that third track. We'd gone home and I'd had every chance to listen to it, in the car stereo, on my headphones, all these different kind of ways to listen to it, and it just gives you room.
Yeah.
That bit of room, it's really nice to have. Yeah.
I love that you guys have also created your kind of own genre called petrol rock. Tell us a little bit about your sound. How has that evolved over the years, and what did you guys set out to achieve with that sound when you first started out?
Good question. Really good question. We definitely weren't going. Okay, so Piston Fist to start with was a side project for a bunch of fun. I'm actually a drummer, and we were in a band called Oath. Myself and the original guitarist who played bass in that band. And he wrote a song and said, I did backup vocals in that band, and he said, I reckon your voice might suit this particular song. And that was our first single, Home.
Yeah.
And we kind of just kept on writing and definitely evolved. We were very rock when we started, and we've definitely shifted over to, because we are all metalheads. We always have been,
Yep.
Into heavier stuff, and it just kind of morphed into what it is. I originally played guitar and sang, and now I've put the guitar down just to concentrate on singing. And we've had a bunch of different lineup changes, constantly touring and money and all them things. Being an independent band, it's definitely hard on families and careers and things like that. So a couple of the boys weren't quite able to kick on and keep touring. So that's also changed our sound a little bit, and we're still changing. We've got new songs written at the moment that we're hoping to have at least one new track out maybe before Christmas, fingers crossed. And it's quite a bit heavier again. You know, and that's our brand new guitarist that's come in. He wrote that song, and we're really happy with it. So, you know, we're always going to evolve. We're always going to learn. We're not kids. We're old enough now to kind of just enjoy the whole process. Doesn't have to be anything in particular now. It's really fun.
What kind of things inspire you guys to write music? Like with the tracks that we hear on this album, what kind of things were inspiring you to write?
So lyrically, obviously, which is my job, I write a lot of the lyrics. I write all the lyrics. A lot of it is, I try really hard to be positive, to have a positive outlook, where a lot of heavy stuff's a bit doomy and gloomy, you know. There is a lot, we've got songs about, you know, mental health and trying to look after your mates and, you know, backing each other and just positive stuff like that. And, you know, simplified, you can do it. You can push through all of these sorts of things. Rise Up's a big one for that. So positive things. And obviously, when you said earlier about the petrol rock thing, that was actually a reviewer coined us petrol rock at one of our first shows, and he said you could smell the rubber and the nitrous or the avgas when you walked in and first heard this band playing. So we kind of just went, wow, that's kind of cool and different. So we stole it off him a little bit. So we did from that. You know, I'm into V8 cars and bikes and things, so writing about that sort of stuff comes easy as well.
Like you said, a lot of your lyrics are about some deep stuff. You're not frightened to have some fun with tracks about cars and things like that as well, but a lot of your tracks do have a deeper meaning. Do you find that you do actually have guys come up to you now and say, hey, that track really spoke to me, or it got me through a tough time?
Unbelievably. Really, really, I was very, very surprised at a lot of that. Dude, there's guys that have said, you've stopped me from making a really stupid decision. Thank you. It's been amazing, and we've kept that going. You know, there's a couple of there's quite a few tracks on the album that are all trying to push for something better for some people that are in dark places. You know, I'm a tattooer for a living, so I sit down with a lot of people for a very long time and listen to their problems and stuff, and sometimes it can get really heavy. So it's good for me to have that outlet to be able to write about it, and you know, bang my head and carry on like a bit of a goose on stage when I'm kind of saying my thoughts, sort of thing. You know. I'm very, very lucky to be able to help people. I'm very privileged. Yeah.
Now, talking about being on stage, you guys got to open for the Smashing Pumpkins and Jane's Addiction earlier this year as well. What did that mean to you, being able to open for such amazing bands?
It was off the chain. Billy Corgan actually came backstage afterwards, and I'm pretty sure, like, he had a bodyguard with him the whole time. Not that he needs one, he's a big dude.
Yeah.
But he kind of came back, and I think I got a little starstruck. I really wanted to go over and thank him for giving us this opportunity, because it was his call. He was the guy who said, I didn't want, you know, the super duper bands that have sold all the records or whatever. I want an opening band that could use a leg up, that has been working hard and all them sort of things. So it was his fault that we got the show, really, when it comes down to it. So I really wanted to say thanks, but I couldn't actually get up and walk over there. I was a little bit like, I don't know, starstruck. But it was amazing, the production, the stage, the sound. You know, it was, for us guys, it was some next level shit, and I will never ever forget it. It was amazing.
Definitely. Now, you guys are heading out again on tour in October. What have you got in store for people that head along to those shows?
Oh, that's going to be really, really fun. So them shows are with some amazing bands. We've got Anders Kosselfini, the original singer from Slipknot. He's coming through and doing the whole Slipknot album start to finish. We've got Waylon from Mushroom Head. He's doing a bunch of Mushroom Head songs and A Killer's Confession. And yeah, we're gonna get out there and do our thing. We kind of had that chat because a lot of the bands on that whole tour, they do the there's masks or there's makeup or clothes or whatever. So we're just going to do exactly the opposite. We're going to be straightforward, rock and roll and metal and just kick them in the face. That's the plan. Just get on stage and tear it up and enjoy it. But we're pretty stoked. It's our first chance at it. Even a lot of the venues in Australia we haven't played at, and we've never toured overseas. So going to New Zealand, I'm from New Zealand, so going back there to play some shows, I'm really excited about. It's going to be epic.
Awesome. Well, Jeff, I can't wait to be able to see you guys back in Melbourne. I can't wait to head along to the Bendigo Hotel to check out that show. But what would you like to say to everybody out there to finish off the interview who are about to go out and grab the album or are about to go out and grab tickets to these shows?
Yeah, I really, really hope you enjoy it. Thank you so much for the support. Super, super appreciative. All of us are. And look after your mates. Try and keep your ears open. If you can help someone, then help them. There's a lot of people that don't ask for help, but they might need it. So if you just keep your ears out and open and look for signs to look after your mates, that'd be really rad. And thank you.